Welcome to third season, episode 1 of High-End's Gaming PC Build, where today I build $1,500 gaming PC. So let's get started. Whoa there, you've climbed up pretty far in the ranks. With the best gaming PC build under $1,500, you'll enjoy the highest end of gaming, productivity and content production. Let's jump in. How we choose the parts and components. We choose parts based on quality and performance. While some may attempt to stuff, say, a 1080 Ti into a $1,500 PC build, we know better than to do this. Without a CPU like the i5, any high-end GPU will end up bottlenecked in games, ruining the point of going high-end at all. In addition to being the best $1,500 gaming PC, we've also ensured that this build is using balanced parts to create a system that doesn't bottleneck itself and accomplishes the best performance possible in this section. In addition to our own knowledge and expertise, we also look to other industry experts like Linus Tech Tips and Jay's 2 cents and publicly available benchmarks to ensure that we're making the right picks. While this build is primarily our hard work and expertise, make no mistake, it takes a village, and we're always sure to learn where we can from our neighbors. One of the greatest strengths of this build is the i5 8600K. In terms of gaming performance, you've reached the zenith. While the i7 and i9 chips may have technically faster speeds, you will see drastically diminishing returns in terms of gaming performance. Those processors excel in non-gaming workloads, so if you're mainly interested in gaming, then this i5 series CPU is essentially a perfect gaming processor. In addition to being the strongest i5 processor on the market, the 8600K is also overclockable. When combined with the included water cooler in this build and overclocking compatible motherboard, you'll be able to push this CPU even farther past its 4.3 GHz turbo frequency while still running a cool, quiet system. The Silverstone TDO2 Lite is a massive, closed-loop, all-in-one water cooler. The large radiator will help keep temperatures low and your system quiet, enabling more overclocking headroom and preventing your CPU from throttling at high loads. In addition to high performance, low maintenance water cooling, you also get the benefit of great aesthetics. Oh boy, the GTX 1070 Ti in this build can finally push 4K 60 FPS in the right games, with 1440p, 1080p, and VR all falling to their knees in front of this king of graphics cards. While there is an even higher level of graphical performance out there, the 1070Ti will likely destroy anything you throw at it in the foreseeable future. With just a little bit of overclocking, you can push it to 1080 levels of performance while saving a bunch of money. This 16GB memory kit offers more than enough RAM to make sure there's no compromise in speed when multitasking, streaming while gaming, and doing productivity work. The crucial MX300 1TB is a stellar value. It's a full terabyte of SSD storage. It'll be more than enough to hold your operating system and all of your most played games. We recommend still treating this as priority storage, however, and saving all your non-gaming media for the included 3TB HDD, since those formats won't benefit from an SSD's speed boost. Hitachi makes some pretty solid hard drives, and this 2TB drive is no different. It'll give you plenty of supplemental storage in addition to your SSD. We recommend storing all of your media and most of your single-player titles on this drive, while leaving your multiplayer games on your SSD. EVGA and Corsair are our favorite PSU manufacturers. Not only do their products come at an amazing value, they also have stellar build quality that you can trust. The EVGA SuperNOVA G1 Plus 750 watts PSU is proof of that. It boasts a great 80 plus gold certification, which means it will use less power and output less heat. Its 750 watts capacity will be more than enough for your high-end components and future upgrades. and its fully modular form factor will make the building process easier than ever. If you want a feature-packed motherboard suitable for a high-end PC build, the MSI Z370 Gaming Plus CFX motherboard accomplishes that and then some, featuring overclocking capabilities for our included i5 processor, alongside plenty of USB 3.1 ports and expansion slots. The Z370 Gaming Plus CFX is built from the ground up to provide you a great gaming experience. Plus, there's RGB. If you're into that sort of thing. The RGB LEDs are red by default, though. Last one on the list is obviously case, in which comes with RGB and standard version. It's a beast of a case, boasting a huge tempered glass side window for you to look in at your build, with its 2 included fans, including a white LED intake fan, and open airflow design. You're sure to get all the cooling performance you need and expect from a high-end gaming PC build, alongside the great airflow and aesthetics. The SPEC-OMEGA is also very builder-friendly, offering plenty of options for cable management, drive mounting, extra fans and room for our liquid cooling setup. This is far from a budget case, and once you get your hands on it you'll know why. Why is this the best $1,500 gaming PC? We looked at competing $1,500 builds and they're dreadfully outdated. Unlike them, we managed to cram in a full overclocking setup, a massive 1TB SSD, 16 gigs of RAM and a 1070 Ti. No real compromises were made here, just intelligent and up-to-date part selections to ensure that you're getting the best PC for $1,500 on the internet. In addition to the performance that you'll get after initial assembly, the large, modern, compatible motherboard and the massive case will allow you all the upgrade and expansion options you'll ever need. If you're spending a lot on tech, you probably want it to be an investment, and with the right upgrades, this PC should continue to live on for at least the next 5 years before you even need to think about replacing it. What games can this PC run? Fortnite, at 4K and epic settings. Fortnite should be playable at roughly 40-50 FPS. We recommend making some settings adjustments if you're playing at 4K, or turning down to 1440p epic instead. PUBG is fairly demanding, and may not be playable at 4K 60 with max settings. With some settings adjustments or a downgrade to 1440p. However, you should have a great gaming experience with this PC build. Monster Hunter World is a pretty massive performance hog, so 4K 60 will require a lot of compromises. We recommend adjusting resolution scaling or turning down to 1440p with this game. League of Legends is a lightweight esports title and this build destroys it in just about every way. You won't have problems playing at 4K 60 with this PC build. Dota 2 should be playable at 4K 60 FPS with plenty of room to breathe as high as 130-140 FPS. In fact, we highly recommend playing with a 1440p/144Hz monitor with this build and this game. Overwatch, at 4K with ultra settings enabled, you should generally be sticking right around the high 50s and low 60s in Overwatch. If you find yourself dipping more often than you like, consider adjusting some settings or your resolution scaling. Rainbow Six Siege, at 4K, you may need to make some settings adjustments to maintain a stable 60 FPS. In 1440p and max settings, though, you should experience anywhere from 70-80 FPS in this game. Warframe, this build is more than powerful enough for playing Warframe at 4K, ultra settings and 120 plus FPS. Grand Theft Auto V, playing at 4K, you should be able to achieve 40-50 FPS with very high settings. You may want to adjust your settings or turn down the resolution to achieve 60 FPS. However, Team Fortress 2 is primarily a CPU-centric game, so running this game at 4K 60 should still be quite feasible with the i5 in this build. However, if you experience spikes of bad performance, you may need to turn down some settings. That's it from this episode. If you like the video, then hit thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and bell icon to get second episode notifications on time. Smile.